Hey guys, it's Jenny. Welcome back to the Crafting Bookworm. So, I wanted to do some more with our Gracious Green journal. Okay, welcome back you guys. Welcome if you're new. I appreciate you guys being here. So, I wanted to do some more stuff in our Gracious Green journal for my design team project for Diane at Faith Art Design Studio. And I just want to do some work inside of it because I kind of got to a standstill once I completed this. I'm not sure if you guys saw the closure. I think maybe that was in the video. I'm not for sure, but it's the same button closure. And then I just ended up dyeing my elastic this green color because I didn't have any green. And I didn't want white. So, anyway, I was watching Debbie over at Pouring My Art Out for the Lord. She was doing one of our Faith Journal July videos, and she had showed this paper craft that she had done. And I do have a prototype. I just don't, there it is. And it looks something like this. Now, it was just in passing. She had showed it, but she didn't explain anything. And it looks like a pocket, right? It looks like it would be some kind of pocket envelope thing, but it's not. It's writing space. And if you guys have been watching me for a while, you know that I love extra writing spaces in journals, especially if you don't have a lot of writing space in your journal. Little pockets like, or not pockets, but writing spaces. Let me show you in here. Like this. Look at this. You know, all this extra writing space here. And then I've got one this way. And then, you know, I got one that's a pull down one. And also, I was watching Pam over at Pam Van E, and she had an interesting paper writing space as well, but it's serving dual purpose. Let me find it in our grunge journal here. See if I can find it. Maybe right here. This serves as a belly band, right? It's a belly band, but look at all this. Now this is kind of the same concept as what Debbie did as well, but look at this. All this is writing, more writing there. So I love finding these places where I can add to my journal and have all this extra writing space, like I said, especially if you have a journal that does not have a lot of writing space. So that's what we're going to make today. We're going to make one for in here, another one, and maybe, if we have time, we'll do one for this too, another one for that. So, this is what it ends up looking like. Now, Debbie had it, I think they were like stickers, but they were scriptures, and I think she had that all inside of this, but I want this for the purpose of writing. Like, this could be for writing, you know, just for everyday journaling. And it's just, this requires this little space, just a small space in your journal. So, we all know that I have lots of papers left from Diane's kit, because I had to, you know, I had to pick papers that I was going to use. So, what I did was I printed the back of this. Don't mind this, my printer was acting up. So I printed this. I love the whole idea. I love the music, this old bike that they used to have, and these greens. And so I just printed the green back. Okay, so what we're going to do, I went ahead and figured out what we're going to score at for this. So I did get a new scoreboard, which I'm super happy with. Okay, so what our score lines are going to be at is 2 3/4, 5.5, and 8.25 is what we're going to score at. So we're going to score here. We're going to score at 5.5, and we're going to score at 8.25. And now we'll have equal sections, okay? It drives me crazy when I try to do this and then it doesn't end up being even. So now we're going to go at, what was that? Was that 2.5 or 2 inches? I think it's just 2 inches. Yeah. So we're going to turn our paper. Okay, so we did these score lines. We're going to turn our paper this way and figure out what's your top and what's your bottom of your paper. Okay, so this is going to be the top portion. That's the part you want over here. And we're going to go 2 inches. We're going to just put a score line at 2 inches. Okay, all the way across. That's all we're going to score. Okay. Now, this one, you know what? Let's fold this down and let's do some inking. So we can see that line, and then we're going to fold at our 2-inch line. I think. Boy, that didn't score very good. There we go. We're going to go ahead and do this too. Okay, all the way across there. Okay, this spot right here, we're going to save. Okay, this we're going to save. Here, we're going to cut down here just to the X, just to this center spot, and then we're going to cut all the way across this, or tear, however you want to do it. Let's see. The first part I will cut. So we're going to cut just to that point. Okay, just like that. And now this part, we're going to tear, hopefully. I can tear this across the fold easier than I can cut straight. So, and there we go. So now we're just going to get a little ink to put up there along that line. And I like the torn edges anyway. So, okay. So now we've got you'd think I could be better prepared. So we've got that. And now this one. And then back this way for this one. They aren't perfect, I can tell you that. I think my paper may have moved. And then this comes over the top. Like that. And there you have it. So now what we're going to do is let's continue to ink all of our, most of it is going to be all of our folds. Before we start inking everything, we're going to round our flap, we're going to round the corners. I might have to get a piece of cardstock to help with that, because sometimes my corner rounder's persnickety. Here we go. Here's some cardstock. And so that's a really cool trick if you run into that issue. Just put some cardstock underneath it. And then you can get your corners rounded easier that way. Okay, there we go. We got the corners round. Okay, now let's start inking. I think we got all of it inked. Oh, maybe not. Still got this side. Okay. I'm not sure if this was Debbie's idea or if she found it from somebody else, but it is really a super awesome idea. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put an attachment on here. And we are going to use Velcro dots. So we're going to put one up here first. So let's, and we're just gonna, I'm just gonna eyeball. I'm gonna just eyeball what looks like center. Don't get too close to the top of this part. You got plenty of room for that to fold over. And then we're going to get the other part. Now you're going to pull that off, and what we're going to do is not the sticky side. You're going to get the fabric side, and we're going to stick it on top of the other one that we already stuck on. Not the sticky side, the fabric side, because the sticky side is going to go over here on this paper. And this just assures that you line it up straight. So we're just going to push it down, just like that. And there we've got it, you guys. Now this can be used in your journal with a paper clip. It could be your back side, not where the flip is, that stays on top. It can be glued down. And you could use this actually as a tuck, as a belly band. You could probably even go this way if you wanted to on a page as a belly band, so that, you know, stuff can hide behind it, however you want to do that. There's a lot of different ways that you can use this. You can also just send these in Happy Mail if you'd like to just, you know, make someone happy. And it's just that easy. And all of this is writing space. What a brilliant creative idea. So thanks to Debbie for just showing this in her video. And it interested me because I love finding ways to incorporate writing space that takes up very little room or can be multi-purpose, because when we put on these right here, this one I didn't do it. I'm trying to find one that maybe I put on, and this one. This is multi-purpose because it's a tuck too right here. So that's more writing space that you can put in there. Or you can have the tuck at the top. So yeah, multi-purpose writing spaces are fabulous too. Just like the one I showed you I learned from Pam Van E. Belly band. Extra space to stick a journal card, plus extra writing space. And it's really fantastic for junk journals because it gives you that extra space to be able to write in your journal. And I always say that the purpose of journals is for writing. Seriously, for me. So let's go ahead and, do we want to put this in the journal right now? And you know what? I think what we're going to do first is let's make the one for the junk, or for the grunge journal. So I printed off another one from Baraka Pages, and the back's printed on too for writing. So let's get our scoreboard. are going, I think it was 2 3/4. Yep. 2 3/4. 5, whoops. Settle down. 5 1/2. And then 8 1/4. Well, you gotta make sure you aren't bunching your paper up when you're holding it. And then we're going to turn once you decide what is top and bottom. This one is all pretty much the same thing, so it doesn't matter. We're going to line that up there, and we're going to score at 2 inches. Okay. And so now we're going to oh, we don't need to ink that one. We need to ink this one. Okay, and we're going to ink right across this whole thing here so we can see that line. And I guess you wouldn't have to do that if you're going to tear it. If you're going to tear it, then you don't really have to do that. Okay. But this one, you really should ink this because, I mean, you can tear that too, but I feel safer cutting this one because we're only cutting to the cross. We're going to cut right on that inked line, just like that. And then just get this, get a really good crease, or you can, you know, use a tear ruler if you want to use, or just use your regular ruler, however you want to do it. Now, this paper that I'm using is 32-pound hammer mill. It's my favorite paper. It's a nice weight, but not too weighty for your journals. But it's really sturdy for projects like this. Most printer paper that you get is 24-pound. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to ink all of the folds. Okay, now don't forget we need to round our corners on this. You don't have to, but I just think it looks more finished. Just like you don't have to ink if you don't want to ink, but I just feel like inking stuff just, I don't know, it makes everything better. Gives it definition. Okay, so let's, I am using gathered twigs today for my inking. It's a really pretty brown. Okay. We're going to give this a good crease. Oops. I always seem to miss some parts when I'm inking. Okay. Do you want that way? Oh, it has to be that way, yeah. Okay, anyway, so we're going to get our Velcro dots, and we're going to do that again. And we're going to put this first one on. We're just eyeballing. Because once you get it down, it's down. And then we're going to get the other one. And remember the non-sticky side. You want the fuzzy side. And you're going to put it on top of the one you've already stuck on. Okay. And we're going to close that down. And there we go. Now also something else that you can do with these. I'm going to let that sit for a second. You can also put little pockets on the inside of these as well. So instead of for writing, you could have some writing and some with pockets. You can stick more little tags in if that would be something that you would want to do. Okay, and there we go, you guys. You can further decorate these. It just depends on if you're gluing it down and you're going to use it as, you know, another tuck or pocket or whatever you're planning on doing. So I've got 3 here. Let's go here into the Gracious Green Journal and let's see where this one, obviously, I think I would put on one of the more teal green pages. I don't want it to clash with, we got a paper, oh, maybe that's where I was planning on putting it, because we have a paper clip right here. So this one we'll just paper clip on. Okay, and now the other one, let's maybe glue the other one down. What happens if we glue it in the center? Let's undo that and open it up. Okay, that could be pocket sides, and then it would open all the way like this. Now it would be hard, you know, for writing. You'd have to make sure you get something, put something underneath it to write, but that, I think that would be okay. I just don't want it on this page. I don't like it on that one. Ooh, it could be pretty on here, huh? And it could be a belly band. I kind of like it on that one, but this is a very old hymnal page, so we got that. We want to put it on this side because this is just a plain page. I think I'm gonna put it right here, and it's gonna be a belly band. So we're gonna glue up here. Oh, no, we're not. The clog bandit has struck again. Let's see. Are you gonna come out now? Thank you. So we're going to put a good portion up here, and then we're going to put a good portion down here, not too close to the bottom since it is something that opens up. You don't want the glue to seep inside and glue your pages together. So let's go to there and there. And are we straight? I think we're about as straight as we're going to get it. So there's that one. Very nice. And then we're going to open up and we can all this writing space. And then you got this beautiful printed side. And you could even put pockets on this if you wanted to and just store little tickets or tags or whatever you'd want in there. Right? Nice. Where's the other one that we did for? Well, it was, oh, I paper clipped that one. Okay, that one's paper clipped in. Okay, so let's go to our grunge, if we can call it grunge. I'm not good at grunge. I don't normally do it, but I wanted to try it. So that's how we came up with this one. And like I said, Pam at the Paper Outpost is the one that I first saw do this technique. I do have a process video on that if you would like to see how to do this. It gives it that faux leathery look. Okay, so I have been doing work in this. I'll be going to glue it in. I want it on a darker page, but not in this first signature. I think this first signature, because we got this one that I learned from Pam Van E, which is a belly band. So do we want this to be... Let's go to the second signature. I think we need a little more work in there. We could go on this. But again, this paper is really old too, and we gotta be careful what we're sticking on it. It looks really well across from this though. What if we go on this? I think I like it on there, huh? It looks good on that one. Let's look a little bit further and see. Oh, I think it would look really cute there too. Oh, I missed that page. I didn't put any. Oh, I wasn't doing it on, maybe I wasn't doing it on both. I don't know. But I kind of like that there too. I don't know. I don't know. I don't like it on that one. I think we're just going to go back here. Let's just go back to this one. And let's just make this one a belly band as well. So we're going to glue that really good there. We're going to glue it really good right here. Putting extra writing spaces in journals is just ideal. Okay. I should have probably done something else to this page before I put this down, huh? I probably should have grunged it up a little bit more. But, I mean, it is really grungy. Nothing says I can't just come in and put some stamps on there. Because I've been using this one. This is the Tim Holtz. It was a set. So we got that one and this one. The cracks. But I really like this one. Let me see if I can get any of these to show up. Probably not. We're just going to do the corner and then just... Well, you can get a little bit of it shows. Let's put some on here. Not anything uniform. Let's just... There, yeah. I like that. Very nice. I love the stamp. Okay, well that's all I got, you guys. Go and visit Debbie because she's the one that had this fabulous idea. And also please go visit Diane at Faith Art Design Studio since this is a design team project. So go visit her too. She's got so many great faith videos for you to enjoy and watch, and she's very, very creative. So make sure you go and visit Diane as well. Her shop will be also listed down in the description box so that you can check out this Gracious Green kit. And in the very first video of this series, I told you all, this was the ephemera kit right here. And then all those papers I showed you was her horizontal kit. And she also offers the vertical kit as well. So make sure you go visit her shop, check out her Gracious Green kit. It is absolutely gorgeous and you get so many pages. And then the ephemera kit, you get all your ephemera and your pockets and your tags and all that good stuff in there. But that is all I have for you guys today. I thank you so much for staying tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.